from Nashville, Tennessee to Grand Rapids, Michigan about 6 months ago. And one of the things I told myself is I wanted to get involved with the community. And so I had looked up some nonprofits, but I had made 0 phone calls. So then I started with ECU and they kept preaching network. So I called the lady and she gave me another number and I called that lady, had a good conversation about me being on the board. Well, then I get back on an ECU call and said, well, network with the people that you know. So I called her back. Well, come to find out she worked for an employment agency, an hourly employment agency, but they had a division that did training and development. So she said, oh, well, I got to connect you with Nate. I met with Nate about 2 or 3 times. He's the managing director of the organization. And then he said, you know what? I need to get you in front of the 2 owners. And so I met with the 2 owners, and I met with the 2 owners the day after I interviewed with another company, a manufacturing company here in town. And the interview went fabulous. I mean, it was just fantastic with the manufacturing company. So when I went into this interview, I was comfortable and relaxed and practiced, and all of the stuff that I'd learned at ECU just kind of flowed out of me, I guess. Then after that, I signed the contract. And so now I already have 5 projects that I'm working on. The things that I picked up from ECU, I interviewed and taught interviewing skills for years and years, but the little small details that I picked up from ECU made a tremendous difference in my confidence and my comfortability when I went into the interview. And I think that's what really made the biggest difference, is because I came across as a consultant, as a facilitator, not somebody desperate for looking for a job. And this is really a dream job for me. It's exactly what I want to be doing. And the salary is 50 grand more than what I was making in my previous role. And maybe even potentially even more, because I can continue to expand with other clients. So yeah, just great. My dad used to say, half of success is showing up. And so I believe in that and resilience. But the other thing that I really liked, and one piece of advice, I guess, if nothing else I'd give folks, is don't count how long you've been out of a job. Count the number of things you do to move towards your next one. And that's how I kind of stayed positive and stayed out of, the negative mindset. And so I kept doing the things that would lead me down that path. So that's my piece of advice, is don't count the days, just count the number of actions you take on a daily basis.